So starting in a comfortable seat, let's just take a moment, cross-legged, spine nice and tall. Draw the shoulders up towards your ears and then gently back and down, opening up through the chest, resting the hands on the lap. Close the eyes or keep a soft gaze and gently draw the chin back in space to lengthen the back of the neck. Deeply breathing in, filling your chest and your belly. And completely exhaling out. Turn your awareness to the sensations of the breath. The air coming in through the nose, filling the chest and filling the belly. And the air exhaling through the nose or the mouth as your belly and chest soften, drawing towards your spine. Relaxing the shoulders down and away from the ears. Begin to notice any areas of tension through the body. And with the breath, see if you can soften these areas of tension, even 5 or 10%. Softening through the jaw and the neck. The space between the eyebrows and the shoulders. Breathing with ease and a sense of softness. Turn your awareness to sounds, both distant and near, and sounds that are constant and sounds that are passing. Maintaining that same ease and gentleness of breath, turn your awareness to any aromas, or simply the sensation of the air traveling in and out through the nose. With that same ease of breath, turn your awareness to the sensation of touch, the air on your skin, or how your clothes fall, the temperature. With an ease of breath, turn your awareness to the sensation of sight. So even with your eyes closed, noticing what you see within your mind's eye. And also, if you have a soft gaze, noticing if you can soften your eyelids any amount, whether your eyes are open or closed. Noticing any colors or shapes. And then without judgment or attachment, notice any thoughts that are present in your mind. Maintaining that gentleness of breath without judgment or attachment. Notice any emotions that are present within your mind or your body. Turn your awareness back to your breath. And bringing any intentions that you bring to the yoga mat to mind, as well as the intention to honor the cues of your own body above everything else during this practice. And with these intentions, gather your hands to heart center. Gently draw the chin down towards the chest, lengthening through the back of the neck, softening the shoulders, and then gently flutter light into the eyes, opening the eyes, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale fully. And we're going to start in a wide-legged seat. Bringing the bolster or pillow and maybe possibly the block or block alternative underneath. Excuse me. Gently begin to hinge from the hips and lower yourself down onto the bolster at whatever height you have set up. So hinging from the hips, gently lower back, middle back, upper back kind of rounds over the pillow, and then your forehead comes to rest on whatever prop you have set up for yourself. Allow the feet and the legs to be fully relaxed. Settling in deeply to this pose, notice your breath. Again, aiming for that sensation of a moderate stretch. So 0 being no sensation, 10 being a painful stretch, aiming for about a 4. Somewhere that you can rest in stillness and use your breath and gravity in the body to relax into the posture. Noticing as time passes, if you can soften any areas of the body, maybe through the shoulders, through the jaw. Gently turn the fingertips down towards the ground and walking them back little by little, slowly come up, slowly transitioning through seated. Move the props over towards the left leg. And before we fold over towards the left, we're going to bring our left hand on the outside of our right thigh. So opposite hand outside of opposite leg. Inhale, reach the right arm high to exhale and open, twisting and opening through the chest. Noticing the breath here and really drawing the shoulder blades together at the back. Looking over the back shoulder. Looking over the front shoulder. Coming back through center and then slowly draw the body so that you come facing towards the left leg. Torso facing towards the left leg. We're going to gently lower over the leg and then use the props, so the block, the pillows, whatever you have kind of stacked up on one another, to rest the forehead down, opening up slightly through the right side body, the right side of the back. Finding your sweet spot of the stretch. So again, aiming for that moderate stretch where you're feeling a moderate stretch, but it's not too intense or painful. That way you can find stillness and connect with your breath here. Softening through the jaw, the shoulders, allowing an ease of breath. Again, gently drawing the fingertips down, facing towards the ground. Begin to walk the fingertips back towards center, little by little, transitioning nice and slowly, and then bringing the right hand on the outside of that left extended thigh that we just folded over. Inhale to reach the left arm up. Exhale to open through the chest. Rotating in the opposite direction, opening up. Nice and tall through the spine, relaxing through the shoulders. Gently draw the chin towards the back shoulder, looking over the back shoulder. And then draw the chin Towards the other shoulder. And gently release through center. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears, down and back, opening up through the chest. We'll begin to bring the props over towards the right. So right extended leg. And then begin to twist and rotate, facing the torso towards the right extended leg. And then begin to hinge from the hips to fold over that right leg. Kind of the upper body begins to rest on the upper thigh. And then you set up your props to gently lower the forehead down onto the pillows. Finding your breath here. Notice where you can soften through the shoulders and the jaw, the space between the eyebrows. Allowing the body to soften and fold with an ease of breath. Notice where you can soften for the last few moments of this posture. And then rotate your fingers down to face towards the ground as you walk up little by little, inch by inch, coming back up through a seat. Coming back through center, roll the shoulders down and away from the ears. We'll move the props out from the center of your legs to draw the legs together, and then straight out in front. So your legs are straight out in front. Point the toes. Fingertips face towards the front of the mat. Draw the shoulder blades together and begin to lift the chest up towards the sky by drawing the shoulder blades together at the back, opening up through the chest, pointing the toes active through the legs. And then gently begin to soften through the hands. As you come to sit with the legs straight out in front, keep the right leg extended in front. The left foot comes to the outside of the right extended leg. The right arm wraps around the knee and hugs the left knee in towards the chest, opening up through that outer left hip. Inhale, reach the left arm high. Exhale to twist and rotate open. Nice and tall through the spine. Keep squeezing and hugging that knee in towards your chest. Rotating through the spine. And then gently release back to center. Keep the legs as they are, but lean over to the right so that your right leg can bend and the right foot kind of comes underneath the left hip. The knees end up kind of stacking one on the other, coming into cow face pose. Option to stay tall through the spine here and stay lifted. Or option to find your fingertips on the ground in front of your shins and then gently begin to fold and release forward. Relaxing and curving through the spine. Big breath in and big breath out. Gently look towards your fingertips, and even if you didn't walk them out in front and you stayed lifted, walk the fingertips over towards the right side of the legs. And then again, option to stay lifted here or folding forward, releasing further into the stretch, gently rotating through the torso, relaxing through the muscles of the face, the shoulders. And then again, looking towards the hands, walk the hands through center all the way over to the other side, coming to the left side. And then gently walk back through center and releasing up to a seat. Gently lean back to release both legs. Feet come about as wide as the mat if you're sitting with the mat the long way. And then release the knees over to the right. And then gently over to the left. Coming back through center, extend the left leg long this time. Right foot comes on the outside of the left extended leg. Wrapping the arm around the knee, hug the knee in as close to the chest as you can get it. Inhale, reaching the right arm up. Exhale to twist and open, keeping a nice tall spine. Long through the base of the spine right up to the crown of the head. Keep drawing the knee in towards the chest. Softening through the muscles of the face. And then gently come back through center. Gently shift the weight over to the left to tuck the left foot underneath the right hip, aligning so that the knees kind of come stacked one another, coming to cow face pose on the other side. Option to spend a moment lifted or option to go right into the fold. Again, listening and honoring the cues of your own body, coming back to that intention. Paying attention to any sensation through the knees that doesn't feel good and taking that as your cue that you've come a little bit too far. If you have folded forward, release the chin towards your chest, rounding through the spine. And if you've stayed lifted, notice the lengthening of your spine, lifting the crown of the head up towards the sky as you root down through the sits bones. Gently breathing in and out. Allowing the jaw to soften. Looking towards the hands, whether they're out in front or not, and bring the hands over to the left side of the legs. Staying lifted or gently softening the chin towards the chest. And then gently walk the hands through center over to the other side, to the right. And then gently come back through center, walking the hands back to center, leaning back to release to the front, bringing the feet a little bit wider than the hips or as wide as the yoga mat. Gently draw the knees over to the right. And then draw the knees over to the left. Come back through center. Swing the legs around behind you to come to all fours. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And then tuck the toes under, lift the knees, lift the hips to find downward facing dog. Just for a transition to walk the feet all the way up to the hands and then folding forward into ragdoll. Option to bend the knees and kind of rest your torso on your thighs. Hands to elbows as you relax the head and the neck into the square of the arms, softening the jaw, the shoulders, the upper back, the mid back, and the lower back, lifting up through the hips and at the same time keeping a comfortable bend in your knees. Finding stillness and using gravity here. Allowing for stillness in this forward fold for a couple more cycles of breath. And then gently release the hands down towards the earth. Step one, foot back, knee comes to the mat. The other foot comes down, knee to the mat. Bring the big toes to touch, knees about as wide as the mat. Sink the hips back, and then option to bring the pillow or bolster between the thighs, and then gently lower down onto that, making this more of a restorative child's pose with the support of the bolster or pillow. Underneath the chest, one cheek can come to the mat. Forearms can rotate so that they face up towards the sky. Hands, palms face up towards the sky. Sinking the hips back, noticing the breath here. Gently rotate the other cheek to the bolster or pillow. So just simply turning your head so that your other cheek rests on the bolster. Gently draw the head back through center. Bring the hands to the mat. So rotating the hands, pressing into the hands to draw yourself up to a seat. Slide the bolster or pillow out and then simply turn around to bring your low back into contact with the bolster. Feet can stay on the mat or they can lengthen so that your legs are long on the mat, and then gently and slowly lower your low back, middle back, upper back onto the bolster. Option to use a little bit of support like a block or a towel underneath your glutes if you want to kind of lift yourself up off of the mat a little bit to lessen the curve in your low back. And then opening your arms out slightly like a T, creating an openness through the chest. Sometimes walking the feet about as wide as the mat and allow the knees to draw together. Can feel really nice in this chest opener, heart opening pose. Allow the gaze to soften or the eyes to close. Softening any areas of tension noted through the body. Breathing with ease. Allowing for a sense of spaciousness and at the same time stillness. Gently begin to rotate your hands so that the fingertips come to the ground and then walk them in closer to the body. Gently draw the chin in towards the chest and little by little come up to a seat. Swing the legs around so that you face back towards the bolster. The bolster comes between the legs. And then similar to the first pose, but this time with legs not quite as wide, we're gonna fold forward over the bolster, over the legs. Hands can come on the outside of the feet, but without pushing or pulling too much. Rest the head on the bolster. You can use a little bit of a towel, or if you want to prop the bolster up with the block to come a little bit closer to the head, that's absolutely fine. Modifying and using your props in any way that works in your body, listening to the cues of your own body over everything else. Settling in here. Softening into this posture any amount more for the last few cycles of breath here. then gently and slowly begin to draw the body up vertebra by vertebra. Coming up to a seat. We're going to turn the pillow or bolster so that it comes the short way along the mat. Setting it up underneath our knees. And then gently begin to lower down onto your back, adjusting the legs as needed so that the knees are supported by the bolster or pillow. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears, and then open the hands and arms up to the sky. Closing the eyes or keeping a soft gaze. Begin to settle into this version of Shavasana for this practice. With the support of the pillow underneath your knees, allow the legs to be heavy, the arms to be heavy. Feel the back body resting on the mat. And feel the front body opening up towards the sky. Feeling and noticing the lower half of the body from heels to hips. Feeling and noticing the top half of the body from hips to crown of head. Feeling the right half of the body and the left half of the body, and where the two halves of the body meet in the middle. From root center to crown of head. Breathe with ease. And with your whole body resting for Shavasana. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Wiggling your fingers and your toes, making small movements in whatever way feels most comfortable. Gently begin to draw one knee in towards the chest, followed by the other, and then wrap the hands around the shins, rocking from side to side, massaging out the low back. Gently planting the feet on your mat, moving the pillow or bolster out of the way. Draw the hips over to the left side to then roll over onto the right side, using your right arm as a pillow for your head. Pausing here for a moment. And then gently and slowly use your left hand as support as you draw yourself up to a seat. Coming to sit with a nice tall spine, draw the shoulders up towards the ears and then down and back, opening up through the chest. Draw the hands to heart center, coming back to your intention. Drawing a big breath in through the nose. Exhale fully. Draw the thumbs up to third eye center. May any goodness from this yoga practice resonate out to all beings everywhere. Namaste.